The wind howled like a starving beast across the barren snowfield, each gust slicing through her ragged clothes like knives. She huddled tighter against the boulder that offered little shelter, clutching the small bundle in her arms, a child no larger than a loaf of bread. The baby's tiny chest rose and fell weakly beneath the tattered blanket she'd wrapped him in, his faint whimpers fading to silence. "Sure, Mama's here," she whispered, though her lips were numb and cracked, blood freezing on him almost as soon as it surfaced. She pressed her face into the child's soft down of hair, breathing in his faint, milky scent. It was all she had left. Once she had a home. Once there were warm fires and songs, a husband who swore to return from war. But war had swallowed him. Famine had devoured her village, and winter had chased her into this white, endless void. Now there was nothing left but her and the child, and even that would soon end. The cold was winning. She could feel it sinking into her marrow, a leaden heaviness spreading from her toes up to her heart. She rocked slightly, trying to lull her baby into the last sleep they'd share. "Forgive me," she murmured to him, tears freezing on her cheeks. "I tried. Mama tried." Her eyes fluttered shut. Darkness crept in, heavy and comforting. If this was death, at least it would be together. A sound pierced the silence. A crunching of boots over snow. A low curse in a tongue she didn't know. Something touched her shoulder. Warmth, real warmth, even through the numbness. "Hey!" A deep voice barked, rough but alive. "No, no, no. You're not die out here, damn it." She couldn't open her eyes fully, but she felt herself being shifted, strong arms prying her stiff fingers from around her baby. She wanted to protest, "Don't take him," but then she heard a small cry, strong and loud, and her heart lurched. "He's alive," the man muttered, relief in his voice. "Good. Hang on, little one." Then she was being lifted. Her body protested, every joint screaming, but heat radiated from the man's chest as he cradled her and the child together. Something heavy and fur-lined enveloped them, his coat. She drifted in and out of consciousness as he moved. The steady thud of his heartbeat under her ear anchored her to life. When she woke fully, she was lying on a pallet near a blazing fire. Her baby lay beside her, cheeks rosy, suckling on a cloth dipped in milk. Across from her, a man crouched, feeding wood to the flames. He was broad-shouldered, dressed in patched furs, with a face weathered by wind and hardship. When he saw her eyes open, he smiled faintly, a rare and almost shy expression. "You're awake," he said simply, in accented but clear speech. She struggled to sit up, panic flaring as she reached for her child. He was warm, breathing strong. She almost sobbed with relief. You saved us," she whispered hoarsely. He shrugged, as if it were nothing. "Found you near Dead Man's Hollow. No one makes out of there alone." She swallowed hard, tears pricking again. Why help?" For a moment he didn't answer. He just stared into the fire, jaw tight. Then he said, "Lost my wife and son last winter. Couldn't save them. I saw you out there and—" He shook his head. "I wasn't losing another." She stared at him, words stuck in her throat. She had no name for this man, no past with him, yet he had given him something she thought impossible, another chance. "Thank you," she whispered, the word small but carrying every ounce of her soul. He glanced at her, eyes softening. "Rest. The storm's not over, but you're safe here, both of you." That night, as the wind screamed outside the small cabin, she lay close to her child, warmth finally seeping into her bones. Across the fire, the man dozed in a chair, rifle across his lap, as if daring the world to try and take them again. For the first time in what felt like forever, she allowed herself to hope, and as her son stirred, tiny fingers curling around hers, she whispered a silent vow. "We will live. Because of him, we will live."